So these are the keywords for the activity.
Yeah.
And then we just make a selection of the keywords, and then definition. Is there something they get the definition from the online dictionary?
Mm-hmm.
So everything, okay, done by them.
Yes.
And then also we give them, some column for the home language translation, so they can put it in here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so everybody completed these sections.
Yeah.
Which is good. Do we have any kind of visual representation here?
For them to add visuals, no, but maybe for the gallery walk with essential vocab, maybe that's something that we can add in so that they can create their own visual.
Yeah, I think this looks pretty nice. We have particularly giving them opportunity. They can see this definition in their home language, then give them some conceptual clarity on each keywords, which is good. And we're gonna also use a visual representation in our gallery work activity, right?
Yeah.
So, but overall, so how do we know whether they know these words?
So going forward, they're gonna take a quiz. I'm still in the process of making it for next week, but they'll take a quiz and some of those vocab terms will be on that quiz. So that can be one way that we can assess that they've learned it.
Yeah, we
understand what it means.
Yeah, we already do the vocab test, right? Yeah. Okay, so the next one is, this is interactive map. Can I pull it up, the map here? So in this map, students just looking at each areas, each regions, and do they go through this reading the text over here, down here, right?
They're mainly looking at the map
just
itself.
The map itself. Okay.
Yeah.
So they don't read the text. So looking at this map, and what do they do with this map?
Well, the first map that they actually looked at was map number 4, and then we gave them a word box to look at.
Okay.
And so based off of the word bank, to make it a little bit easier for them to identify on the map. So like for this one specifically, they were looking at wind and how that affected the voyage routes. And so this was the first map that they looked at.
Oh, nice.
And it has a key.
Yeah.
And so based off of the question, like the top portion of it, maybe look in this area, and then the southern half for the second question.
Oh, nice, nice. Do they take any kind of a role in this discussion? So is it just a free talking, they just share their ideas, and do we give them some assigned roles that some of them kind of lead the discussions and then some of them kind of answer it?
For this assignment, I kind of just allowed them to work in partners.
Okay.
And so Yalda, BB, and Hina, they all work together as a group to kind of identify what areas the wind patterns took them to.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
And for the gallery walk, there will be a map. So I can show you that. And so I think with the map analysis, now that they have a little bit of prior knowledge on how to do that, I feel like when we get into our first half of world religions on Islam, looking at the map should be like a little bit more easy for them to identify.
Yeah.
So this is that's the worksheet. So pretty straightforward questions, but I know that for one of our gallery walks on introductions to the Mayans, we had highlighted specific evidence for them to really focus on what to write. And so I don't know if we want to do that again and then provide sentence starters and the answers.
I think always sentence starters will help for particular ML students. So, if we can provide some sentence stem over here, that's gonna be a good start for them to, answer. I think this is our gallery work. So we have about total in 10 stations. And then how do we have a group? So we have 34 students, right?
In period
Period
5,
5.
I think we actually might have less than that. I know period 1 we have 29. Oh, 33.
33. Yeah.
And then period 5, 32.
Okay. Oh, period 1 getting more students. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we are starting with Islam. So how do we divide up the students? We're gonna have a small groups, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how do we do?
We can start it off by maybe numbering off students 1 through 10,
Okay.
or we can pre-plan
Mm-hmm.
the groups to make
Mhm.
sure that maybe there's some balance.
Yeah,
And
I think we
students that would maybe be more helpful
Yeah,
in other
yeah,
groups so
yeah,
that they
yeah.
can work together.
Yeah. I think we can pre-plan so we can kind of the student group is sometimes the number head is a work, but in this particular case we can strategically put some student in each group so
Mhm.
they can kind of read the discussion, and also some of them can represent their the religion, particularly toward Islam. That would be good. And also this is a Ramadan period,
Yeah.
so we may bring that up.
Yeah,
to
so
the
it's a
discussion.
good cultural
Mhm,
background
cultural
connection.
background, yeah. So we do this kind of strategic grouping for the students.
So this is what the gallery walk looks like overall. So station 1 is just maps of
Yeah.
kind of where
Where
Islam
they are,
originated.
the origin,
and the patterns
pattern,
where it
spread,
went. And then station 2 is just focusing on the definition for monotheism, and then also kind of making a connection between the other
religion.
2 major religions in
Yeah.
the world,
That would
since
work.
they're so similar. And then 3 is just talking about who Muhammad is, and then 4 the Quran.
Yeah. And I wonder if they have any artifact in this one.
Like they could bring in to show the
They
class.
could bring into the class, and then we can actually, take a look at those things.
That would be really cool.
Okay.
And then the 5 pillars on
Yeah.
station 5. Station 6, what jihad is and what it means. And then Mecca to Medina, so like the kind of like the journey, the passage. And then Sunni and Shia divide, and like the different sects within Islam.
Right.
Because we'll talk about the different sects in like other religions as well.
Right.
So, and then station 9, just like everyday life, so halal versus haram. So what like different diet looks like, clothing, holidays. So that's kind of where Ramadan fits into there. And then this is a video on Hajj, so this would be something that we'd watch together
As a whole.
as a class. So maybe as part of this, maybe they can work together to create a 1-pager based off of what they've learned from the stations, and then something similar to what we did with our 1-pager in here in our previous unit. They could present it in front of the class, since they did so well. Because they got up and they presented and they talked in front of the class, which I thought was really cool.
Yeah.
So maybe that's something similar, and then that also gives some students that have ties to an opportunity to maybe
show.
speak on their own experience if they want.
I think that'll be good. I mean, just came to mind that if we can invite some guest speaker, that would be an idea. If we go through all this experience, and then some people we invite, I think one of their parents or whoever, and then join us, and then introducing this is how their religious practice, and then what it means to them, so we have some kind of better understanding how each religion have a different impact and then application to their daily lives. So might want to think of any guest speaker.
I think that would be really cool if we could make that happen.
Yeah, this is connect to the community and then families and everybody, and it is real. I mean, their religion is real, and then everyday life. So That's a good idea, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. Yeah.
I think right now that'll be good. Yeah, yeah.